Hello, Michael476 here. Today I am going to be doing something a little bit differently. What I am about to do is give you a couple of pages from my latest novel. If you like it, I will continue to read pages from it on a periodical basis. So here goes. The novel is called Reuben Falls, Dark Legacy, and I hope you like it. Tennessee Jack answered his cell phone. It was Pete. Even though Tony Calido was going nowhere, his hands nailed to the newly laid oak floor of the soon-to-be-opened restaurant, and with his rib cage opened up like a cadaver on a mortuary slab, Jack still pushed the booted foot into his soft, flabby stomach. Pete asked him to do another job up in Georgia, if he was willing to take it. Bobby Trevine was giving one of Pete's transport associates a hard time by making off with a couple of kilos of cocaine. Jack looked around the blood-spattered room. The circular saw he held tightly in his free hand was becoming too heavy for him to hold, so he let it fall to the floor. Tony had finished bleeding out and had finally expired. His mouth would no longer talk big in the hot Miami sunshine, and his actions from this moment on would no longer cause Pete to worry about losing customers to Tony. Jack told Pete he was unhappy about doing business in Georgia. Jack called it his bad luck state. When he was a young deputy in Tennessee, he took a patrol car over the state line in pursuit of a cracked-up joyrider. The addict shot the inexperienced deputy twice before taking a fatal bullet to his crack-pumping heart. When the surgeon eventually took his scalpel to Jack, he removed a large section of his liver and a whole kidney for good measure. The other deputies joked that they should have held a full funeral for the organs that he had lost. Jack's recovery was long and painful. It was at his deepest, darkest moment that he found the Lord. His words and instructions lifted from the pages of a worn Bible that he discovered in his hospital room in a bedside cabinet drawer. Jack had a revelation. He no longer had to make a decision for himself, when the words of Jesus Christ were there to guide him. I'll pay you extra for taking out Trevine, or rather old Francis Webster will pay you when Trevine's pushing up daisies. Pete always sounded as though he was sipping cocktails on a poolside lounger being waited on by bikini-clad women. The truth was, as Jack remembered, far different. Pete sat at the darkest table at the back of some smoke-filled bar with at least 2 well-armed bodyguards in a constant state of readiness, because around every corner was a dealer with ambitions to challenge and take what Pete had spent years building. When talking to him, Pete always felt at ease. Tennessee Jack was a good cleaner, an efficient hitman. No guy was too big or too small, too smart or too dumb that Jack wouldn't, if the price was right, wipe from the face of this earth. Where will I find this Francis Webster? In a little backwater town called Reuben Falls, Pete said down the dusty, crackling phone line. Then I guess I'll start there and track this Bobby Trevine to where will surely be his final resting place. Jack removed his boot and observed Tony Calido's stomach rise as it filled with dead gases. He stamped the blood from the shiny dark brown leather, and sound of his spurs jingled and resonated in the emptiness of the workplace. So I hope you like that first 2 pages of my novel. So I'll leave that one there, guys, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.